Introduction. Have you ever wondered why some people are constantly disrespected while others are treated like they are impossible to replace? It isn't because they're richer, stronger, or luckier. It's because they've mastered one powerful principle: they became hard to reach. Being hard to reach doesn't mean ignoring everyone or pretending to be better than others. It means protecting your time, your energy, and your peace. It means people no longer have unlimited access to your attention. You stop chasing approval and start chasing purpose. Today's world rewards people who are always available. Answer every text. Attend every gathering. Say yes to every request. But the strongest people understand something different. Every yes to distractions is often a no to your future. If you're ready to become someone people respect instead of someone people use, stay until the end, because these 10 lessons could completely change how you live. And if you're new to Inner Steel, subscribe now. This channel is dedicated to building discipline, confidence, mental toughness, and the unbreakable mindset that creates extraordinary lives. 1. Value your time more than people's approval. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to please everyone. They answer every phone call immediately. They cancel their own plans just to make others happy. They fear disappointing people, so they sacrifice themselves over and over. The truth is this: people respect those who respect themselves. Imagine two men. The first is always available. Whenever someone calls, he drops everything. Whenever someone needs help, he says yes. Whenever he's invited somewhere, he goes, even if he doesn't want to. The second man is different. He has goals. He has priorities. Sometimes he says, "I'm busy." Sometimes he declines invitations. Sometimes he turns off his phone because he's working on himself. Who do you think earns more respect? The second man. Because his time has value. Here's a story. There was once a young carpenter who dreamed of becoming the best craftsman in his town. But every day his friends asked him to hang out. Family members constantly interrupted his work. Neighbors always wanted favors. At first, he couldn't say no. Years passed, and his skills barely improved. One day, an old master told him, "Your future is being stolen one interruption at a time." That sentence changed everything. He started protecting his mornings. He stopped saying yes to everything. He worked in silence while others wasted hours talking. 5 years later, he became the most respected carpenter in the region. People thought he was talented. The truth? He simply protected his time. Your future depends on what you protect today. Every minute you waste trying to impress people is a minute stolen from becoming the person you were meant to be. Remember, the people who truly care about you will understand your boundaries. Those who become angry simply benefited from your lack of them. If this message is speaking to you, subscribe to Inner Steel. Every video is designed to sharpen your mind and strengthen your character. 2. Learn the power of silence. Weak people feel the need to explain everything. Strong people let their actions speak. Not every criticism deserves a response. Not every insult deserves your attention. Not every argument deserves your energy. Silence is one of the greatest forms of strength. Think about a lion. Have you ever seen a lion barking like a dog? No. Because lions don't need to announce their power. A lion's presence is enough. Here's a story. An old monk lived high in the mountains. Many people traveled long distances to insult him, hoping to make him angry. They shouted. They mocked him. They laughed at him. The monk simply smiled. Finally, one young man asked, "Why don't you defend yourself?" The monk replied, "If someone brings you a gift and you refuse to accept it, who does the gift belong to?" The young man answered, "The person who brought it." The monk smiled again. The same is true of insults. That young man never forgot those words. Many people lose because they react emotionally. They argue online. They seek revenge. They waste hours trying to prove themselves. Meanwhile, successful people stay focused. They know that every unnecessary reaction is energy taken away from their mission. The strongest person in the room isn't always the loudest. It's often the quiet one who knows exactly where they're going. The more you grow, the less you'll feel the need to explain yourself. You don't owe everyone an explanation. You don't need permission to improve your life. Your success will eventually answer every question people have about you. So become harder to reach, not because you hate people, but because you value your purpose more than unnecessary noise. If you're serious about building discipline, confidence, and an unbreakable mindset, make sure you subscribe to Inner Steel. Every week, you'll discover powerful lessons that help you become mentally stronger and impossible to ignore. End of part 1. 3. Stop chasing people who don't choose you. One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing that not everyone is meant to stay. Some people walk into your life to teach you a lesson, not to remain in your story. The moment you stop chasing people who constantly ignore, disrespect, or undervalue you is the moment you begin to reclaim your self-worth. Too many people spend years trying to earn attention from those who have already made it clear they don't value them. They send message after message. They make excuse after excuse. They give chance after chance. But respect cannot be begged for. It must be recognized. Here's a story. A young eagle found itself living among chickens after falling from its nest. Every day, it tried to fit in. It scratched the ground, flapped its wings without confidence, and believed it would never fly. One day, an old eagle soared overhead. Seeing the young bird below, it cried out, "Why are you living like a chicken when you were born to rule the sky?" The young eagle replied, "Because this is all I've ever known." The old eagle encouraged him to climb the highest cliff. Terrified, the young eagle stepped to the edge. With one leap, his wings caught the wind. Instead of falling, he soared higher than he ever imagined. Sometimes your greatest breakthrough comes when you leave the people who keep you grounded. You don't need everyone to like you. You need to become the kind of person who respects yourself enough to walk away from one-sided relationships. Remember, your attention is valuable. Give it to people who appreciate it. If you're determined to build that kind of strength, subscribe to Inner Steel. Together, we're creating a community of people who choose growth over approval. 4. Make your life so busy that success becomes your response. The most successful people aren't constantly explaining themselves. They're working. While others are gossiping, they're learning. While others are complaining, they're improving. While others are scrolling endlessly, they're building their future. If you want to become hard to reach, become deeply committed to your mission. Here's a story. A blacksmith in a small village dreamed of creating the strongest sword ever forged. Every morning before sunrise, he entered his workshop. The sound of hammers striking steel echoed through the village. People laughed at him. "Why work so hard? Take a break. Come relax with us." But he refused to stop. Years later, kings traveled from distant lands just to own one of his swords. The same people who once mocked him now admired him. His success wasn't built in one day. It was built one disciplined day at a time. Your future is being forged by what you repeatedly do today. Stop announcing your plans. Stop seeking validation. Let your results introduce you. The more focused you become, the fewer distractions you'll allow into your life. Busy people don't have time for unnecessary drama. Purpose leaves little room for pointless distractions. If this message motivates you, subscribe to Inner Steel, where we sharpen our minds just as a blacksmith sharpens steel. 5. Protect your peace at all costs. Peace is one of the greatest forms of wealth. Many people chase money while sacrificing their mental health. Others chase popularity while losing themselves. But truly strong people understand this. Nothing is worth your inner peace. Here's a story. An old king owned a priceless diamond. He asked two artists to paint a picture that represented peace. The first painted a calm lake beneath a bright blue sky. The second painted a violent storm crashing against a mountain. Rain poured. Lightning struck. Yet hidden inside the cliff was a tiny bird peacefully protecting its nest. The king chose the second painting. He explained, "Peace is not the absence of chaos. Peace is remaining calm while chaos surrounds you. Life will always bring problems. People will criticize you. Some will misunderstand you. Others will doubt your dreams. You cannot control their actions. But you can control your response. Protect your mind. Protect your energy. Protect your purpose. Don't allow every opinion to enter your heart. The strongest people don't carry every burden they're offered. They choose what deserves their attention. Become so focused on your growth that negativity can no longer distract you. Your peace is your power. Guard it fiercely. And if you're ready to develop an unbreakable mindset and become the strongest version of yourself, subscribe to Inner Steel. Every video is designed to help you rise above distractions, master your emotions, and build a life of discipline, confidence, and resilience. End of part 2. 6. Speak less, observe more, 500 words. The strongest people in any room are rarely the loudest. They don't rush to fill every silence or prove how intelligent they are. Instead, they watch. They listen. They notice what others completely miss. When you become hard to reach, your words become valuable because you only speak when it matters. Imagine a young employee named Daniel. Every meeting, he tried to impress everyone. He talked constantly, interrupted people, and always wanted the final word. At first, people noticed him, but not in the way he hoped. They began ignoring his opinions because he spoke too much. Then Daniel changed his approach. He listened more than he talked. He observed people's behavior, understood their motivations, and spoke only when he had something meaningful to say. Suddenly, everyone leaned in when he spoke. His silence gave power to his words. This is how influence works. The more available your opinions are, the less they are valued. The rarer they become, the more people respect them. Practice the discipline of silence. When someone insults you, don't react immediately. When someone wants an argument, don't rush to defend yourself. Let your calmness confuse them. Silence often says more than anger ever could. People reveal themselves if you simply give them enough time to talk. While they're explaining themselves, you're learning about their fears, habits, and intentions. Observation is a superpower. Develop the habit of asking thoughtful questions instead of giving quick answers. Listen with the intention of understanding, not replying. This simple shift will transform your relationships and your confidence. Remember, being mysterious isn't about pretending. It's about refusing to waste your energy on unnecessary conversations. Your value increases when your attention becomes selective. Subscribe to Inner Steel if you're ready to build a mind that commands respect without saying a word. Every video is designed to strengthen your discipline, confidence, and emotional control. Join the Inner Steel family and become the person others can never manipulate. 7. Build a life you don't need to escape from, 500 words. One of the biggest mistakes people make is living only for weekends, vacations, or approval from others. They build a life that drains them every day and then search for temporary escapes. But a person who is hard to reach creates a life so meaningful that they don't need constant distractions. Picture a man named Victor. Every evening, he scrolled endlessly through social media, comparing himself to everyone else. He felt empty, anxious, and dissatisfied. One day he deleted the apps for a month. Instead, he read books, exercised, learned new skills, and spent time reflecting on his goals. At first, it felt lonely. But slowly, peace replaced anxiety. He no longer depended on constant entertainment to feel alive. This is the difference between escaping life and building one worth living. Create routines that make you stronger. Wake up with purpose. Exercise regularly. Learn something every day. Protect your sleep. Spend time in silence. Invest in your future instead of your distractions. When your life becomes meaningful, you stop chasing people who don't appreciate you. You're too busy improving yourself. Many people fear being alone because they've never learned to enjoy their own company. But solitude isn't punishment. It's where clarity is born. It's where confidence grows. It's where great ideas are created. Stop waiting for motivation. Build habits instead. Motivation disappears, but discipline stays. The strongest people don't need attention because they already have purpose. If someone leaves your life, let them go. If an opportunity disappears, create another one. Your happiness should never depend on circumstances you can't control. The goal isn't to become unreachable out of pride. It's to become so focused on your growth that distractions naturally lose their power. Subscribe to Inner Steel for more powerful lessons on discipline, emotional mastery, confidence, and personal growth. Every video is built to help you become mentally stronger and impossible to break. 8. Respect yourself first. 500 words. The way people treat you often reflects the standards you set for yourself. If you constantly tolerate disrespect, ignore your own needs, or sacrifice your values to please others, people will assume that's acceptable. Becoming hard to reach begins with respecting yourself first. There was a woman named Sarah who always said, yes. She worked extra hours, helped everyone with their problems, and never took time for herself. She believed that if she kept giving, people would appreciate her. Instead, they expected more and more. The day Sarah started setting boundaries, some people complained. But something interesting happened. Those who truly valued her respected her even more. This is what self-respect looks like. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. Stop apologizing for having standards. Stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace. You don't need to explain every decision or justify every boundary. Respect grows when your actions match your values. Keep your promises to yourself. If you say you'll wake up early, do it. If you decide to stop chasing toxic relationships, stay committed. Every promise you keep builds trust within yourself. Confidence isn't pretending to be fearless. It's knowing your worth even when others fail to see it. Some people will walk away when you stop making yourself endlessly available. Let them. Anyone who only values you when you're easy to use was never respecting you in the first place. Choose relationships where respect flows both ways. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth rather than drain your energy. The person you become is shaped by the standards you refuse to lower. Protect your time. Protect your mind. Protect your future. And above all, protect your self-respect. If this message inspired you, subscribe to Inner Steel and join a community committed to building discipline, confidence, resilience, and unshakable self-respect. Together, we'll become stronger, one lesson at a time. 9. Master the art of walking away. 500+ words. One of the strongest things a person can do is walk away from situations that no longer serve them. Most people stay where they are disrespected because they fear losing relationships, opportunities, or approval. But people who command respect know that peace is worth more than attention. Imagine a man named Daniel. He had been with the same group of friends for years. They laughed together, but every joke seemed to come at his expense. Whenever he had a goal, they mocked it. Whenever he succeeded, they became silent. Daniel kept staying because he thought loyalty meant enduring disrespect. One day, he simply stopped showing up. He didn't argue. He didn't explain. He focused on improving himself, learning new skills, and surrounding himself with people who encouraged growth. Months later, those same friends wondered why Daniel had changed. The truth was simple. He hadn't changed. He had finally started respecting himself. People often test your boundaries. If you always tolerate poor treatment, they assume it's acceptable. But when you calmly walk away, you send a powerful message. My self-respect is not negotiable. Walking away doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're wise enough to know where your energy belongs. It means you refuse to fight battles that only drain your peace. Sometimes silence is louder than any argument. The hardest person to leave behind is often the version of yourself that accepts less than you deserve. Once you let go of that version, your confidence grows. Opportunities appear. Better people enter your life. Remember, every door you close creates space for a better one to open. Your future depends on the standards you refuse to lower. 10. Stay consistent even when nobody notices. 500+ words. Success isn't built in moments of applause, it is built in moments of solitude. Think about an old blacksmith working before sunrise. Every strike of his hammer shapes the steel a little more. No one watches. No one applauds. Yet after thousands of strikes, the steel becomes a masterpiece. Your character develops the same way. Many people quit because they don't see immediate results. They go to the gym for 2 weeks and stop. They read one book and think it's enough. They post one video that gets few views and give up. The strongest people understand that consistency beats intensity. If you improve just 1% every day, you'll become someone almost unrecognizable in a year. Every workout, every page you read, every disciplined choice compounds over time. Don't confuse slow progress with failure. Bamboo spends years growing roots underground before it suddenly shoots up. The invisible work always comes before visible success. Your habits shape your destiny more than your motivation ever will. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. There will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, and unnoticed. Those are the days that matter most. Anyone can work when inspired. Winners work even when they don't feel like it. One day people will call you lucky. They won't see the mornings you woke up early, the sacrifices you made, or the countless times you kept going when nobody believed in you. Stay patient. Stay focused. Keep building. Steel is forged under pressure, not comfort. Call to action. If this message strengthened your mindset, subscribe to Inner Steel and become part of a community dedicated to discipline, resilience, and personal growth. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video that helps you build unshakable mental strength. Next, points 11 to 15. 11. Let your actions speak louder than your words, 500 plus words. Many people announce every goal before they even begin. They tell everyone they're going to get fit, start a business, write a book, or become successful. But talking is easy. Action is rare. There was once a young carpenter named Elias who dreamed of becoming the finest craftsman in his town. While others constantly boasted about the furniture they planned to build, Elias stayed quiet. Every morning before sunrise he worked on his skills. He made mistakes, learned from them, and kept improving. Months later, when the town needed a master carpenter, they didn't choose the loudest man. They chose the one whose work spoke for itself. This is how respect is earned. People may ignore your promises, but they cannot ignore consistent results. The strongest individuals don't waste energy trying to convince others. They simply produce outcomes. Talk less about your plans and spend more time executing them. Every hour spent explaining your dream is an hour that could have been used building it. Silence also protects your focus. The more people know about your goals, the more opinions you'll hear. Some will doubt you. Some will discourage you. Some will secretly hope you fail. Instead of carrying the weight of everyone's expectations, quietly keep moving forward. When success finally arrives, you won't need to explain yourself. Your results will do all the talking. Remember, confidence doesn't shout. It performs. Subscribe to Inner Steel if you're committed to becoming someone whose actions are impossible to ignore. 12. Protect your peace at all costs, 500 plus words. Peace is one of the most valuable things you will ever own. Yet many people trade it away for arguments, toxic relationships, and unnecessary drama. Imagine a wise old monk who lived near a busy village. Every day, angry people came to insult him, hoping to provoke a reaction. The monk simply smiled and continued his work. A young student asked, "Master, why don't you respond?" The monk replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you refuse to accept it, who does the gift belong to?" "The person who offered it," the student answered. The monk smiled. The same is true with anger. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every disagreement deserves your attention. The strongest people choose peace over proving themselves right. They understand that emotional control is real power. Protect your mind by limiting negativity. Spend less time with people who constantly complain. Avoid gossip. Stay away from unnecessary conflicts. Fill your life with habits that strengthen your spirit: reading, exercising, praying, meditating, or learning something new. Peace isn't found by escaping life. It's created by choosing what deserves your attention. The more peaceful you become, the harder it is for others to control your emotions. 13. Become comfortable being alone, 500 plus words. Many people fear being alone because they mistake solitude for loneliness. But solitude is where greatness is born. History is filled with people who spent long periods alone while mastering their craft. They weren't hiding from the world, they were preparing to change it. Imagine a blacksmith forging a sword. The steel spends most of its time alone in the fire before it becomes strong enough for battle. Your mind develops the same way. When you're alone, you discover who you are without the noise of other people's opinions. Instead of fearing quiet moments, use them wisely. Read books. Learn skills. Reflect on your mistakes. Build your future. People who constantly seek company often lose themselves trying to fit in. Strong people don't need constant validation because they have learned to enjoy their own company. Being comfortable alone doesn't mean rejecting people. It means never depending on others for your happiness. The better your relationship with yourself becomes, the healthier your relationships with everyone else will be. Subscribe to Inner Steel if you're ready to build strength from within. 14. Never stop growing, 500 plus words. The day you believe you've learned everything is the day you stop growing. Every successful person remains a student. There is a story about an elderly professor who attended lectures taught by people much younger than himself. When asked why, he replied, "The day I stop learning is the day I start becoming irrelevant." Growth requires humility. Read books outside your comfort zone. Listen more than you speak. Accept correction without becoming defensive. Every mistake contains a lesson if you're willing to learn from it. Life rewards those who adapt. The strongest tree isn't the one that never bends, it's the one that bends without breaking. Develop the habit of asking yourself every evening, "What did I learn today?" If you can answer that question every day, you'll become wiser every year. Success isn't reaching the top. Success is continuing to grow after you've reached it. Stay curious. Stay humble. Stay hungry. 15. Build a legacy, not just a lifestyle, 500 plus words. At the end of life, people won't remember the car you drove or the clothes you wore. They'll remember how you made them feel. A wealthy businessman spent decades chasing money. He owned expensive homes and luxury cars, but when he retired, he realized very few people genuinely cared about him. Meanwhile, an ordinary schoolteacher lived a simple life, helping thousands of students believe in themselves. Years later, those students returned with gratitude, saying, "You changed my life." Who left the greater legacy? Real success isn't measured by what you own. It's measured by what you leave behind. Your words, your kindness, your discipline, and your example will outlive you. Live in a way that inspires others to become stronger, wiser, and more courageous. Every decision you make today is shaping the story people will tell about you tomorrow. Choose integrity over shortcuts. Choose character over popularity. Choose purpose over comfort. The greatest legacy isn't fame, it's becoming someone whose life encourages others to become their best. Thank you for watching Inner Steel. If this series inspired you to build unshakable discipline and mental strength, subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, steel isn't born strong, it becomes strong through fire. So will you. 16. Learn to say no without feeling guilty, 500 plus words. One of the greatest signs of emotional strength is the ability to say no without apologizing for protecting your time, energy, and values. Many people spend their lives saying yes because they fear disappointing others. They agree to favors they don't have time for, attend events they don't enjoy, and tolerate behavior that slowly drains them. In trying to please everyone, they lose themselves. There was once a young architect named Marcus who never refused a request. Friends asked for help, coworkers gave him extra work, and relatives constantly relied on him. He believed saying yes made him a good person. But over time, he became exhausted, stressed, and resentful. An older mentor gave him one piece of advice. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you say no to something that truly matters. Marcus began setting healthy boundaries. He respectfully declined unnecessary requests and focused on his priorities. Surprisingly, the people who genuinely respected him stayed. Those who only valued what they could get from him disappeared. That was a blessing. Your time is your life. Once it's gone, you can never get it back. Protect it wisely. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you responsible. Strong people understand that boundaries create healthier relationships. Remember, people who become angry because you set boundaries were often benefiting from the fact that you had none. Protect your peace, respect your priorities, and never feel guilty for choosing your own growth. Subscribe to Inner Steel if you're ready to build a life led by discipline instead of people-pleasing. 17. Turn pain into power, 500 plus words. Everyone experiences pain. The difference is what they do with it. Some allow pain to destroy them. Others allow it to transform them. A young athlete dreamed of becoming a champion until a serious injury ended his career. For months he felt hopeless. But instead of giving up, he studied coaching, trained younger athletes, and inspired hundreds of people to achieve what he no longer could. His greatest setback became his greatest purpose. Pain can become fuel if you refuse to waste it. Every rejection teaches resilience. Every failure teaches wisdom. Every disappointment teaches patience. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. Don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you survived battles many people would have surrendered to. One day, the pain you're experiencing today may become the story that gives someone else hope. Never let suffering define you. Let it strengthen you. 18. Choose discipline over motivation, 500 plus words. Motivation feels exciting, but it doesn't last. Discipline lasts. Motivation depends on emotion. Discipline depends on commitment. Imagine two runners preparing for a marathon. One trains only when he feels inspired. The other trains every morning, whether it's raining, cold, or uncomfortable. Months later, only one crosses the finish line with confidence. Success belongs to the disciplined. Your future won't be built by occasional bursts of enthusiasm. It will be built by daily habits repeated over and over again. Wake up when you said you would. Finish what you started. Keep your promises to yourself. Small victories build enormous confidence. When you consistently do difficult things, difficult situations stop frightening you. Discipline becomes freedom because it gives you control over your own life. Remember, your feelings will change every day. Your principles shouldn't. 19. Stop comparing yourself to others, 500 plus words. Comparison steals joy. Every person's journey is different. A farmer plants bamboo and another plants oak trees. The oak grows quickly during the first few years. The bamboo appears to do almost nothing. But underground, the bamboo is building an incredible root system. Then one season, it shoots upward faster than anyone imagined. Your life works the same way. Just because someone else's success arrives earlier doesn't mean yours won't come. Focus on becoming better than the person you were yesterday. Celebrate other people's victories without believing they reduce your own chances. Success isn't a race. It's a personal journey. Every day you improve your character, your habits, and your mindset, you're already winning. Run your own race with patience. The right time for your breakthrough will come. 20. Become the person you admire, 500 plus words. Ask yourself one question. If you met yourself today, would you be inspired? Most people admire courage, honesty, discipline, humility, and resilience in others. But admiration means nothing if you never develop those qualities yourself. There was once a boy who constantly talked about becoming a great leader. His grandfather told him, "Don't chase the title. Chase the character worthy of the title." That advice changed his life. Leadership begins with self-leadership. Respect begins with self-respect. Confidence begins with keeping promises to yourself. Every choice you make shapes the person you're becoming. Read books that challenge you. Train your body. Strengthen your mind. Keep your word. Treat people with respect, even when they can't benefit you. Live with integrity when nobody is watching. Greatness is not built in one extraordinary moment. It's built through thousands of ordinary decisions made correctly. If you become the person you admire, success will eventually follow. Thank you for watching Inner Steel. If these lessons helped strengthen your mindset, subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who is ready to become mentally unbreakable. Stay disciplined. Stay resilient. Stay Inner Steel.